let you go, I want to respond to my friend and colleague, Ebony K. Williams, who last week on her show said that she would not date a bus driver. She would date a guy if he owned the bus, but not if he was a bus driver. Here's my thoughts. First, we shouldn't be defining people by their labor. But there is dignity in all labor. Whether you drive a bus, whether you own the bus, whether you're the CEO, whether you're a worker, it doesn't matter. You're a human being with character and personality and ideas and interests. And that should be the primary thing that we ask when we're looking for relationships. Is this person good for me? So to me, that's more interesting. And if we only look for people who make the same amount of money, we're going to have some problems. At the same time, I feel you, Ebony. I understand completely why Ebony feels that way, because black women are the only demographic of people in this country who are systematically expected to date below their education and their income. And so when a lot of you are mad at Ebony for responding, it's not because you have some grand character. It's because y'all think black women should have a lower bar. It's because y'all think that black women should just accept whatever they get and they should just be happy to have anything. And that speaks to how we understand and how we think of black women in this country. And finally, brothers, with some of our outrage, we got to be honest too. You know, some of y'all get degrees and y'all get fancy titles and y'all get a whole lot of money. And you not only don't date at your economic educational station, a lot of y'all don't even date black women. So you got to hold that L too.
So I was watching this girl's video yesterday about Ebony K. Williams and Ayanla talking about Ayanla asking Ebony, would she ever date a bus driver? Ebony proceeds to say no unless he owns the bus. So I was watching this girl video and I like her, I like her content, but some of the things that she was saying wasn't making sense to me. And I'm the type of woman, I think for myself and I don't allow others to think for me. And I'm also the type of person, if I feel like you sound ridiculous, I will also let you know as well. Here is my take on Ebony K. Williams and the Ayanla video. Why is it that when black women start leveling up, people tell us, you can't have this, you can't have that, you need to humble yourself and get this, you need to humble yourself and get that? Why is it that when we start leveling up and we start manifesting men who are on our level, oh no, don't get him, the rich men are the ones, usually are the ones with the assholes, you need to get this person and get that person because they make this much an hour and they're going to love you and take care of you and this and this and that? Do I think there is anything wrong with dating a bus driver? Do I think that it's anything wrong with dating somebody who work at Walmart, 9-to-5 man? No, absolutely not. There's nothing wrong with that. But let me say this real quick. We've done it already. We've done it already. We've dated the men who worked at Walmart. We've dated Kroger. We've dated drug dealers. We've dated scammers. We've dated these men. Just because he make $12, $13, $14, $15 an hour, y'all, that does not mean he's faithful. That does not mean he's loyal. The nigga that work at Walmart got more game and more hoes than a 70s pimp from the Bay. He slang so much wood up and down aisle 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 to the point where this man is set up here and knock Chester, the damn cheetah, off a damn hot Cheeto bag. Can we mind our business? Can we mind our business? Allow people to manifest who they want to manifest. Period. If Ebony don't want to date a damn bus driver, okay. What she not gonna make you shit, baby. Just because she don't want to date a bus driver does not mean she looks down on bus drivers. Just because he makes $12 an hour, that does not mean he's loyal. Just because he's rich does not mean he's an asshole. Let me tell my black women something. Stick to your script. Stick to your script, sis. If you want him to be fine, chocolate, tall, dark, handsome, have this, have that, sis, that's what you want. Don't allow other people to dictate for you what you should have and what you shouldn't have. The world is yours, sis. The world is yours. Period.
So I keep seeing this clip and I have a bone to pick with Ayanla. What I'm noticing just in the world in general and as I'm coming into womanhood, the world is not ready for black women with standards and preferences. Everybody wants us to take what we're given and be grateful and smile and giddy And that's just not the case. At no point in time did Ebony job shame. At no point in time did she put this imaginary person down. But what was pivotal for me is that an older black woman is telling a younger black woman to basically take what she's given. And her having a standard is the problem. And what a lot of people don't even realize, especially older black women, is that we learned from y'all's mistakes. We don't want the men that y'all have. We don't want the treatment that y'all got. And instead of supporting us in that fight, you're resentful because that's what you chose not to do.
I want black people to be released from the shackles of being asked, what do you bring to the table in relationship topics? Because, baby, we tired, okay? If you can't see that I am the table, then we don't need to talk. Why are you asking this woman, who clearly is a lawyer? I'm almost 90% sure. I forgot the lady's name. Hold on, let me look it up. Okay, yeah, she's a lawyer. Y'all asking her if she's gonna date a bus driver. Why don't people understand that there's lanes, there's levels that people can date in? And if I don't want to date a bus driver, that's my business, not yours. Now, first, y'all gonna be like, oh, she a lawyer, she date a bus driver, girl, you could do better. And then y'all gonna be like, oh, why wouldn't you want to date a bus driver, girl? Like, what if he love you? What if he this, he that? And that's why y'all need to mind y'all business and stay out of people's relationships. If she want to date a bus driver, let her. If she don't, she don't. Like, girl. And y'all know when men get money, when they get a little pep in their step, they go get the best, baddest thing they can get. And it ain't no problem with that. So let black women do what they want to do and date who they want to date, period.
That you're asking us to slow our roll so that they can catch up to us?
This is it. This is it. Please check out the original that I'm stitching. She's pretty much saying because black women are running circles around black men right now, instead of this conversation being about how black men can ascend, as Ebony K says, it's all on us to humble ourselves, lower ourselves, date the bus driver, date the DoorDasher. That's what it is. I did another TikTok after the Ebony Elanza conversation came out being like, what other race is being asked to act like this? What other race where a woman is a millionaire and is asked to date a bus driver? Is anyone asking Gwyneth Paltrow, Lucy Liu, J-Lo to do that? No. But they are so behind. They're just forcing them on.
If he owns the bus, if he owns it, if he owns the bus.
See, that's a problem. That's a problem.
Now, I'm going to say this with all the love I can muster. Iyanla, shut up. I wish I could say I was shocked that you fixed your face to say some bullshit like that to another black woman on camera. 4K, you fixed your face to say this. I've been watching you, Iyanla, since I was a child. I've seen you call black women and black men to the table. I love the fact that my memory is not very short, so I'm going to help you out here.
Who's ever had the mother, your grandmother, auntie, friend say, you don't need to be with him, right? Why can't we hear that? So what do we need to hear when we're being warned? Danger, 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 stranger danger. Okay, what do we need to hear? What did you need to hear that you didn't hear?
Think about it. That clip was what, maybe 12 years ago? So you mean to tell me that black women have excelled past black men so fucking far that you're asking us to slow our roll so that they can catch up to us? The fuck? I just really want to understand. Because what it sounds like to me is that black men have devolved at such a velocity in such a short amount of time that you're now asking us to slow our roll, dim our lights so that they can catch up to us and match our wave, match our level of success. I'm not doing that. Why would you ask that of me? Why would you ask that of black women? And if you want to call me selfish for not wanting to accept mediocrity from my mate, then that's fine. It's no different than you people calling me selfish for not wanting to have kids. You're right, I am. I'm very selfish. You know why? Because it's my decision, because it's my life and I have to live it and I got to be happy in it. I'm not going to make men comfortable just because they can't keep up with me. Do better. Do something else. I don't know what to tell you to do, but I'm not going to help you get there. The fuck? I got too much to do. You expect so much from me because I am black and a woman, that you want me to do less because the men that are like me or that come from me can't keep up. That literally is nonsense. That makes no sense. Stop asking us to do that shit.
Now, this is exactly why I said this is not a safe conversation for Black women. Ebony should have just said what she said on her platforms where she has complete control and let it rest. Because there's no way I'm allowing Charlemagne and Envy to chastise me about anything. It's just not gonna happen. And I'm actually surprised that Ebony wasn't as prepared as I thought she would be for this conversation, because I was going to respond to her response to the video. And the bottom line is this: Black women, the numbers show that Black women are the breadwinners in a lot of marriages, that Black women marry men that make less money than them more than any other group of women. A lot of Black women are happy to date bus drivers, any men with any sort of occupation. The numbers show it. We see it in real life. The only reason Black women are publicly met with this kind of questioning is because they want to shame a particular type of Black woman for not going with the norm. Pay attention to that. They want to shame a particular type of Black woman for not going with the norm, for saying that, no, it's okay if other people do it. I have no problem with it. But me, this is what I need. This is what I want for my partner, and for my relationship. And that is what Ebony's experiencing. And she should have just had the numbers to show this is not something widespread. This is not something that Black women need to be questioned about, because it's not happening in mass. If we're concerned about that, talk to other groups of women about it, because they are the ones that are mostly not dating men who make less money than them. But it's Black women that's met with this questioning. Now, I do want to caution, because I think sometimes when we have these conversations, it's so easy to divulge into conservative dogma and conservative talking points. And I think that was Ebony's biggest mistake. She used the term bigotry of low expectations, which is a direct talking point from George W. Bush. And we can have these conversations without ever going that route. Like, I think everything I just said should have been what Ebony have stated from the beginning. And no one, absolutely no one, can challenge her on her personal desires and her personal preference. But she went this other route in this conversation, and that is where she's getting the backlash for. And I think she can learn something from that.
Here's why I think Ebony K. Williams' preference just has y'all in an uproar. You can't shame her. That checklist of why Black women can't have preferences, she surpasses all those reasons. First of all, she's not a single mother, because we know how y'all feel about women with children having any type of standards. She is beautiful, so you can't tell her she doesn't have the looks to demand anything, and she has the career to back up her request. A lot of times y'all ask women, well, do you have what it is you asking somebody to bring to the table? So none of those dogs hunt in this conversation, and it's pissing y'all off. I don't even know how much bus drivers make. They might be bodying y'all entrepreneurs, to be honest. Who knows? But again, that's just where her head is, because every last one of y'all has something that's a deal breaker for you. But because this successful, beautiful Black woman has hers, once again, y'all trying to burn her at the stake. It's the cap on these apps for me. Y'all full of it. Hit the link in the bio to subscribe and hear more of my thoughts. Have a good day.
The ears are shaking, but they weren't shaking hard enough, because there are articles out saying that Ebony K. Williams said that she would not date a bus driver, when that's not true. She had a conversation with Iyanla Vanzant, and she said that she would date a bus driver if he owned the bus. There's a lot to unpack here. Let's talk about it. Ebony K. Williams is an attorney, an author, and literally one of my faves. Iyanla Vanzant is the Maya Angelou and literally the therapist of our generation. I love both of these women equally. I'm not choosing a side, but there is a bigger conversation to unpack. So I literally waited to do this video when I heard Ebony K. Williams' podcast, Holding Court, that I love so much. Now, this is a picture of the podcast, but let me go to the point. So, Iyanla and her had a conversation about dating, the relationships between black people in, the dynamics of men and women or other. And she basically asked Ebony K. Williams, who is a 39-year-old, very successful Harlem penthouse owning woman, would she date a bus driver? In turn, Ebony said if he owned the bus. Iyanla went on to say how that's not, necessarily right, and how she should rechange her thinking. But I was like, I don't think I like that. Now, a lot of people attacked Ebony K. Williams. But when I listened to her podcast today, see, this is why I knew to hear from her first. She said all the things I needed her to say. Y'all totally missed the point. What Ebony K. Williams was trying to get at was giving black people a sense of ownership. If you are the baker, the candlestick maker, the shoemaker, you should aspire for ownership as a black person in America. She's trying to influence us to get our piece of a pie and quit waiting on our 40 acres and a mule and just buy that for yourself. And if you are the owner, you could do that. Now, this is a 39-year-old woman. So she is not going to be in a place where she's ready to do the grind with you. This lady ain't 24, okay? Now, this is a baddie. Although an educated baddie, a baddie nonetheless. And they tried to basically come at her comments and call her everything but a child of God. And I'm here to say today that y'all are not pulling no wool over my eyes. At the bottom of all of that is you're saying black women deserve less. Black women deserve less. How dare we say, actually, I would like the owner. I'm a high-powered attorney. This is her at the White House Correspondents' Dinner, by the way. I'm literally very successful in not a play internet way. I'm successful in a real way. But as a black woman, I should accept crumbs. Even if you are high-powered in your career, you are a good cook, you're everything they say you're a perfect woman is supposed to be, because you're a black woman, because you're a black person, you should be able to just pick the lesser of that. And I'm here to let y'all know those days are over. Black women are demanding better in their dating situations, and there's nothing wrong with it.
A PSA to successful black women or black women that are on their way to success: you do not owe anybody dialogue. Again, you do not owe anybody dialogue. At this point, we have seen the discussion that happened between Iyanla and Ebony K. Williams about the bus driver. I'm not here to talk about that. I just feel like in a culture of podcasting, femininity leveling up, we've kind of felt like we have to divulge our standards, and you do not. You can keep your leveling up, dating up, marrying up in private, not in hiding, but in private. Pick some people that you trust, that you know that love you and have your best interests at heart, and you can share with them. But to everybody else, it's up to your discretion, but you do not owe anybody conversation at all. And I really want for us to get past this point where we're constantly in this cycle where we're debating people over things that are not a non-negotiable. Your boundaries are your business. Point blank in the period.
I'm going to stay in my lane and just say this. The women who are stitching the hell out this video, y'all is on point. Y'all doing a great job. Mwah. Love you. Well explained. I just want to say one thing and I'm going to get back in my lane. It is dangerous to a woman to partner with an unequally yoked man. It's dangerous to you physically, mentally, spiritually, financially, to your offspring, to partner with unequally yoked men. Don't let nobody talk you into or force you to be with somebody who you're not supposed to be with. All right? If it don't feel right, don't do it. And the fact that people got to talk you into being with someone and persuade you to give somebody a chance is a red flag. All right? Go with what you know.
Why are black women constantly being told we need to lower our standards to find a partner? No, there's nothing wrong with blue-collar jobs such as a bus driver. But Ebony K. Williams is an accomplished attorney. Why shouldn't she find a partner who's her equal? I rarely see anyone telling the white and Asian girls that their standards are too high to find a man. But yet black women are expected to accept struggle love and be ready to build with their partners. No, you shouldn't only focus on money, and character absolutely matters. But quiet as it's kept, the men with the least money are some of the meanest ones you'll find. In 2023, there are so many black women who are highly educated and come with their own bag. So they deserve to find good men who will love them well and be able to financially bring something to the table.
Hey, You can't beat that logic with a stick and whatnot, okay? You can't beat that logic with a stick. And before I begin, I want to say that, I know it's a little bit long, at 17 minutes of, footage, you know, cold from social media, TikTok. All right, I know it's a little bit long and shit, but I think it was important that we have this lineup so that it will make more sense what I'm going to say. All right, and it's pretty simple. I'm a meat and potatoes guy a lot of times, and today is no different, or tonight or whatever. I just want to say that this footage here, this cold footage, this collection that I've curated, over the course of a day, it reveals that black women are the biggest goddamn hypocrites on the face of the earth. Okay, on the face of the earth, every talking point was a talking point that men used during the passport bros hatred craze. During that whole fever pitch. When it was really hot. It's kind of tapered off a little bit because Austin Holloman, he finally just opened up his bussy and shit and let the female strap him and shit. I won't go into that, but every last talking point is valid. Inverted. All right, each one of these women raised the valid talking points why no one should be with them at all. Okay, why should you settle? Why should any man settle? Any economic tier? Okay, any economic plateau. Why should any guy settle for any of these goddamn women? They're unwilling to do anything and shit. Okay, and let's just get it out the way. Who is the first teacher of the child? Who is the first fucking teacher of the child? Huh? It's the goddamn mother. Okay, and all of these unworthy guys, these non-select guys, where the fuck did they come from? Okay, who raised them and shit? Okay, men are incapable of giving birth asexually. Okay, recently I heard a loony chick saying that if black men didn't get it together, the women was gonna start having babies by themselves and shit asexually. Yeah, she was crazy. All right, and a lot of these women, they have issues. Okay, they are just it just reveals so much that they are the largest gathering of textbook narcissists that I have ever seen this shit in one sitting and whatnot. And I've actually experienced this shit in the real world, okay? And I can't go any further than shit. But I've experienced the sexist, narcissistic treatment and the negging and the fucking gaslighting right up in my fucking face and shit. Well, not really, not in the last 4 years, I kind of, they say my power is off the chart. My chi, is like radiating out from me like the fucking glow from that Last Dragon movie and shit, okay? All right? Every last talking point, man. Every last talking point. It makes me sick, I feel like when I'm making these goddamn videos, that I'm playing a juvenile game with some infants and shit, okay? It's like that, I know I am, but what are you? And, that's the game they play. They'll never take accountability and shit. You should not have these arguments, but, since we're in a distraction phase, since another shitty story's come out with some fucked up, burnt out exotical and shit who's on her last legs and shit, fastly approaching the wall. She can't get to that wall fast enough. I think she's there already. If you've ever heard her speak, and she got this really crappy sounding voice. It sounds like a beer bitch. And she's just fucked up. She got jowly cheek. Now I don't want to get into it. Okay, we're gonna talk about these women here. This collection of women, of non-select women and shit. One of them bitches looked like fucking Devon Dudley and shit, man. I was like, man, where's Bubba? But hey, why should any guy want to listen to this bullshit day in and day out, or deal with your issues, your mental issues? You need therapy real fucking bad. Shit, I don't know. There's no solution to this problem other than getting a fucking passport and flying overseas, or just shunning them outright. Just shunning them outright and getting a male version of a BOB. Now, if you can't get out and shit, it's your duty. It's your duty. If you're stuck in this country, you can't get the fuck out for whatever reason and shit. It is your fucking duty to protect your seed. Make sure you wear like at least 2 or 3 condoms. Okay, if you're gonna fuck around, you're gonna play Russian roulette with your life and shit and fuck one of these bitches. You better make sure you better make sure you strapped up and shit. Don't give them nothing. Okay, do your best not to give them shit because once they can't do shit unless you make that Faustian deal. Okay, and what I mean by that is like getting into a relationship with them and, these fucked up ones and shit. The ones with red flags, you know, it doesn't behoove you to be a stepdaddy and shit because they don't appreciate a goddamn thing and shit. Okay, and they ain't gonna build with you. They told you each and every one of these motherfuckers told you they ain't gonna build shit with you. But when you listen to them talk to us, they always talking about, oh, this guy is not willing to come together and build with us. No, they want you to be a servant and shit. Okay, we recently had a clip posted up where women said that our purpose on the face of the earth while we were alive, for however long we were alive, was to serve them and shit. Okay, plain and simple. That was the same nut job that was talking about that black men didn't get it together, that women were just gonna start having children by themselves. And I was cool with it and shit. I just said the bitch could put herself on child support and act like an asshole. Maybe she can parentally alienate her own child from herself and shit. Maybe the kid will have a decent chance at life. They are the ones that have had these children that have grown up into these men that they complain about. Okay, bar none. It came out of your pussy. Okay, your problem came out of your pussy. Yes, I'm being crass. I'm actually saying the fucking word. Okay, you miseducated your fucking children and shit. You made a backroom deal with white supremacy and shit, and you got your welfare and you got your Section 8 and you got your college degree waivers or what your little scholarships and shit. You guys are talking about how you build businesses, you got your own bag and all that shit, and it doesn't do anything for your community that you live in and shit. You increasingly try to move into other communities where you're treated like trash. All right, and you want to get out, you get all the other guys. You can date out as much as you want. No one's checking for you, motherfuckers. Okay, all right. Nobody's checking for your Ebony K. Williams and shit. Okay, why she's sitting up there bitching and shit every fucking few days. Another light-skinned black woman becomes legal. Okay, and she's gonna get the bag that Ebony wants. She's gonna get be that trophy wife. She's gonna be a sugar baby and shit. Okay. I don't know what to say. It don't seem like these sisters want any kind of substantive relationship that means anything, that's about anything and shit. They just want to be employees of Zaddy, okay? All right? Fucking hypocrites. I mean, god damn it, man. The narcissism is off the charts. And I feel for the assholes, except for the LaPeef Network, fuck that shit. I feel for the assholes that keep continually trying to go and talk to these women and shit. But that is the definition of insanity. Doing the same thing, every fucking time. Going around in the circle, bobbing your head, and expecting a different result. You listen to these women, okay? I want you to respect these black women that's talking to you right now and understand that they are telling you who they are. Top to bottom and shit, okay? And then you keep it a buck and you kick fucking rocks and shit, okay? Because there's nothing to see here in this community. It's dead. These women killed it. They built the ghetto and now they want to get out of it. They want to kill the ghetto and they want to build some new shit that's gonna fail, okay? Because they can't change. They can't course correct. They can't see the error of their fucking ways. They only think one way. I'm right, okay? I'm right. Do it's right because I said so. Okay? Alright? If it ain't right, it ain't right. Whatever the fuck. However you look at it. They're telling you who they are. You have to learn to listen, okay? You gotta break your fucking programming and shit. These women raised you. They a lot of times they purposely neglected their male children and shit. They made them dumb. They made them dumb. Okay? They dumbed them down. They might as well lobotomize their children. They dumbed down the kids, and then the kids grew up and they feminized them and shit. They put them in like women's hairdos and shit, and pierced their ears and dressed them fucked up and shit. And then that's what you call, like some people calling that shit black culture and all this crap. Okay, no, it's a culture of failure and shit. What they're talking about anyway. I'm not talking about any real black people or any real black culture and shit. Everybody knows we built this fucking country and shit, and that's the be all and end all of it and shit. Okay. These women are the mothers of, society over here in the colonies and the slave quarters and shit. And it's failing. It's dying, okay? It's dying. Let it die. Okay, let it die. Listen to these women and shit. Like, I pray and hope that all of your wombs remain barren. Okay, that no children are produced from there. Okay, and if they are, I pray to God that the men that fuck up their lives and have babies with you, I pray that they stalk and ride your fucking ass for 18 years and shit, and give you your check, give your ghetto lottery check and shit, from the baby, and they just call and just harangue your fucking ass for 18 years and make you think twice about that shit, okay? And call CPS on your fucking ass when you spend that money on some shit other than kiddie shit, okay? And just, hey, fuck it. If you have a kid with one of these motherfuckers, you better stay on their bumper and shit. They always talk about somebody don't want to be around or take no responsibility and shit. If it's your shit, take responsibility for it. Make her pay through the fucking nose for that whatever couple $100 that they getting out of your ass, and tune her out. Okay, tune her up and tune her out. Show up and show out and shit if you got a kid with these motherfuckers. If you don't, man, save yourself, black man, okay? Save yourself. Don't fuck your life up. I can't say this enough. They have no power over you unless you make the Faustian deal. Okay? Unless you release your seed to them. Okay? They lie all the time, the contrarian. They just talking out both sides of their fucking neck. Every goddamn talking point they had for why they shouldn't capitulate or do anything and shit in a relationship. Every fucking one. Is a talking point we use. Men use to explain leaving the country or going their own way or dating out. This is a shame. I ain't not here to do no fucking Umar Johnson shit. Whatever he says don't mean shit to me until I see that fucking school. All right, but over here you get some real school and shit. Free. Okay, free. I'm just telling you, look out for yourself, man. All right, look out for yourself. Give a fuck, man. Just give a fuck. Look in the mirror and say, hey, I'm going to give a fuck about myself. Fuck everything else outside of this is my reflection. What else you going to do? And don't help them with no kids. If they got, if your chick shows up with kids and all, don't help their ass out with nothing. Especially if she got a shitty attitude. I'm not saying do that to all women and shit, but I'm saying these shitty ones, these fucked up ones with no kind of home training or anything, like selfish and nasty and shit, nagging and gaslighting. It's just a fucking misandrist. Even if you detected any little shit that makes you feel uncomfortable, get the fuck out. Alright? Don't help them with shit. Don't do business with people that spit in your face. That's all I'm trying to tell you. Alright? I'm going to cut this off right now. And I will be back. Okay? You can believe that shit. I got more than one channel. So, this is what we'll do. I'll just say the phrase and we'll get the fuck out of here. And I'll just close out. I'll leave a clip to close it out. That is all. SYSBM equals save yourself, black man.
Don't want the responsibility of managing a man's emotions. Don't want the duty of being the support. Don't want the gender role. The gender role they want is you're supposed to provide and protect. I'm just supposed to be pretty. They don't want rules. They don't want standards of behavior. They want basically to fill out a form that says, I'm a wife. What do? I come, I have sex when I feel like it. I make your child, and then I pass your child off to an au pair, a nanny, a chef, and then I spend the rest of my day in luxury.
This message has been paid for by the Dusties. Yes, the niggas you love to hate.